They came from around the world to join Asia's most exciting wine event, the HKTDC Hong Kong International Wine and Spirits Fair. With more than 1,000 exhibitors from 38 countries and regions, the 2014 fair presented a huge range of old and new world wines. Among them, newcomers from Belarus, Colombia, and Macedonia showed the far-reaching appeal of the fair and why it attracted nearly 20,000 trade buyers from 75 countries and regions.
So for us to find new whisky producers is very good. Again, but the dollar will then impact on how we buy on whisky. Certainly what I've seen around in this show, it's been fantastic. It's been an eye-opener. The whisky and brandy bar out in the middle is really good. It's certainly worth exploring. And a couple of the smaller producers behind us here are fantastic.
So in the next 6 to 7 years, we're going to see that Asia and China and Greater China in general is going to have much bigger purchasing power by the middle class than they do in the United States and North America. So this is really the market for growth for the United States as exporters of food and wine products, as well as a whole bunch of other consumer products.
Group pavilions were a major draw for buyers, offering a dynamic way to explore regional wines. New pavilions at the 2014 fair included the Australia in Vines Association from the Yarra Valley, as well as from the Rome Chamber of Commerce and the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Water Economy of the Republic of Macedonia. The Chinese mainland was represented at a new pavilion for the Sichuan Provincial Economic and Information Commission. But wine was not the only star at this year's event, with a new zone featuring whiskey and spirits and a whiskey and brandy bar. The area became a social hub and a scene for cocktail demonstrations, as well as the tastings of brandies and whiskeys.
Australia, as far as our exports are concerned, Hong Kong is the highest value market per bottle of any of the markets. So Australia is sending in a lot of premium wine into this marketplace, and it's being enjoyed by Hong Kong consumers, and they are repeat purchasing. So we see only growth in the Hong Kong market.
I think the market is going more into the boutique wineries in smaller places. I do believe the trend is also going more in grape varieties which are not so well known. I'm also trying to educate our guests to try something different between Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc and Riesling. There's 1,000 other grape varieties. So I think the trend is going to explore more wines over the world than only these major grapes.
Networking was also a focus at the fair's cocktail reception, where winners in the prestigious Cathay Pacific Hong Kong International Wine and Spirit Competition were announced. The awards this year introduced a category for sake. Guests also attended a gala wine dinner with a magnificent gourmet menu partnered with outstanding wines. The fair also included more than 70 activities ranging from fine wine tasting sessions presenting some of the best wines from Germany and Spain. Buyers were taken on a global wine tour, sampling labels from Alsace, Bordeaux, Médoc, Corsica, New York, and Australia, to name just a few. Even Chinese wine and Japanese sake were on the table at these tastings and information sessions. But by far the coolest place at the fair was the Ice Bar. This zone showcased a variety of spirits and mesmerizing cocktail demonstrations. Wine tasting sessions, masterclasses, and forums also attracted plenty of interest during the fair, with visitors keen to try new varieties and hear the opinions of experts. The Wine Industry Conference, the Asia-Oceania Sommelier Barons Table Forum of Young Sommelier Development in Asia, and a whole series of informative and entertaining seminars on wines, markets, and food and wine pairings were also on the menu for visitors.
Customers are still interested in fine wine, but also what we can notice is that here middle range wine are growing. Definitely China is a big market for us. Probably the Chinese customers will have access more and more to different wine. So they are much more educated than before, so they are very curious to discover new varieties. So I think it's a good way to promote all kinds of different wines that we have in France.
On the final day of the show, the fair opened to the general public, offering exhibitors a chance to interact directly with consumers. The Hong Kong International Wine and Spirits Fair returns on the 5th through 7th of November 2015. See you there!